This is for those who'd like a moment.
Okay everybody, welcome into the Good Bit podcast. It's another episode and we're here, and I hope you enjoy your stay. I'm Chris Moffat, the face that runs the place here on the Good Bit, and I'm joined one more time by Aaron Dockard. He was my original co-host, and now, to be fair, you're on here quite often.
I'm probably as much a co-host as anyone.
As anybody, yeah. Well, that seemed like a bit of a dig, if I'm honest.
No, sorry.
Ewan's not here this time.
Ewan's not here. He can't defend himself.
No.
But
He could have been here.
he chose not
He probably wasn't in the right condition to.
to.
But he's
Is
not-
he ever?
That's the beauty of...
Yesterday though, he was in top form.
He was in top form. Ewan's always in top form.
We recorded another episode yesterday.
Yeah, that you'll hear in a matter of days, I suppose, a couple of weeks maybe.
Yeah. I can't. I don't feel like a co-host. I definitely feel like a guest.
Really?
Well, yeah. I'm never here.
Well, did you feel like a co-host back in the day?
Yeah.
Yeah, and now it's just like, I guess. No, it's a
It's
good thing.
you've taken it on
Well,
and made it your own.
I had no choice.
Because you mustn't forget that this was definitely ours.
It was ours.
You did most of the work, but you know what I mean.
You were here.
I was here.
No,
watching
well, I
you
could
do
have
the
done it
work.
without you to get it started and stuff, and now you, it's fine for you just to come back in and sort of,
Pop in.
yeah.
See how it's all doing.
See, yeah.
Can I call myself executive producer?
Yeah, and you can come in, you can
Even though
take
I don't
notes.
do anything for the cause, it's all you.
2 months later, still in a shambles. 3 months later, getting a bit better. Yeah. You could do
One
your-
more subscriber.
Yeah, you could do wee reports. But we're here. We're here to do another episode of the Good Bit podcast. I'm joined with Podcasting's Aaron Dockard.
Well, see, we did the episode yesterday and I didn't promote podcasting, which
Yes.
I realised I should have done. So,
Well, this episode will go out first. So
well, here it is. Podcasting. Pod bracket casting
yes,
close bracket.
it's Aaron's new podcast.
It's a podcast for actors and anyone who enjoys the entertainment business and art and creativeness. We discuss all things arty, creative, and actory.
Anybody who enjoys entertainment.
Well, some people don't, you know.
True.
Entertainment in the form of, you know, we don't really talk about sports that often, although I wish we did.
Yeah, you're a tennis guy.
I'm a tennis guy, and I think I've said this on podcasting, which you should check out, casting_pod at Twitter and on Instagram.
And where can they find it?
They can find it on Podomatic exclusively at the moment,
Yeah.
but if you go on the Twitter and the Instagram, you'll find the links to the episode. We've done
Oh.
4 episodes so far. Nice little series 1, capped off with a lovely drunk Shakespeare episode where we all
Yeah,
got.
which was very funny. I really enjoyed. And I
Well,
think
that-
I'm on the episode as well.
You're on that. Have we talked about that? You being on it and then
Listening to it back. We've
and
not
listening-
talked about it, no.
Listening to the reactions of the people reacting to your top 5.
I got a kick out of it.
You
I
did?
enjoyed it, yeah. It was funny because obviously I'm so used to recording my podcast and then listening back to it to edit it.
And it's you,
and
you're
then
in control.
downloading it and make sure everything's okay and listen to the audio back and stuff. I have to kind of listen to myself talk 3 or 4 times in
Yeah.
production. So it was funny because that one was out of my control, you know. So it was kind of funny.
I kept everything in almost.
I know you would. I didn't think you'd be changing things, but it was just nice to hear someone else. 'Cause I've never had that, watching a video of someone listening to the podcast.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
just
yeah.
assume that people like it or whatever, So that was.
Did
fun.
you like that episode?
I did, yeah. Drunk Shakespeare, good title.
What was I saying?
You
before
notice I
that?
took some inspiration from it as well because one of the next episodes of the Good Bit after that
Drunk Midnight Hour.
was the Midnight Hour
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
It was drunk as well. We were drinking.
Yeah.
So-
Where were we that night?
Uh,
We were on the Strongbow.
we were-
What was what was it?
On the side, the Copperberg.
Yeah, it was Copperberg.
the Copperberg.
I was gonna say something before this. I was like something to do with
Podcasting.
Podcasting.
Where, yeah.
Act.
People who enjoy the entertainment industry.
Oh yeah. I would say I say on the podcasting episodes sometimes that I really should just start my own tennis podcast because I have so much to bloody say.
Making a racket with Aaron Dockard.
Yeah,
Tennis racket. And then you
Game
you're
set
talking, game set podcast.
game
is
set podcast.
That's it.
Uh,
That's so much effort starting a new one though. I've thought about it before. I started about making like a whole wrestling one. and I was like, let's just do it on the good bit.
But
And
the
then
thing
I
is,
did, and it's just, it's
it
not the same.
would just be me. 'Cause
Really?
I
You've got
don't-
no one else you can talk to? What about producer Anna?
She doesn't follow it like
Right,
I do,
okay.
and I don't know anyone who does. Who I'm good enough friends with to
Yeah.
invite on the podcast. So
Jack Hogg.
he doesn't follow it. It's a thing. I wouldn't talk about. This is how you hit a forehand.
Yeah,
It'd be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
did you see Nadal's match last night? And then everyone's like, nope.
No,
Well,
but
I'll just talk about it.
No, but I saw Andy Murray's. Yeah, that's what you get.
Yeah. Oh no, he's not playing at the moment. Oh, it must have been a replay.
Oh, that was last year.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe I'm not quite comfortable enough in my own skin yet to do a podcast
really?
on my own.
You need
Yeah, I don't know. And I
Took me a while.
I also want to start a tennis blog or some sort of blog because a lot of people do blogs, and some people, you should look into this as well, because some people. One of Anna's friends, she did a travel blog. She travelled to a few places on holiday and did a blog, and she did pictures and nice things about where she travelled. And now she's paid by a company to travel places and write about.
Review things and stuff. Yeah, there's ways to do it. There's YouTubers who are paid by retailers to review movies.
Well, that's the other medium of the vlog,
Yes, well,
which I also
You could do that as
I'm
well.
tempted to get into. You know,
yeah, well,
I'm just not comfortable enough
see,
with
listen, you
myself.
see me doing all these things, and you're like, I should just do it as well. And I'm telling you, it's easy.
Yeah,
You just have to stick to it, and that's the biggest thing that's always haunted me. And I finally got something like The Good Bit and CM42 TV and
sticking
things
with
like that I have stuck with, and now it's once you have proven to yourself
you can.
that you're sticking with it, you do. It's that initial,
Yeah.
because everybody gets so excited about starting something new, and they're going, "This is my new thing, and I'm going to do it from now on, and it's going to be great." But if you don't do it, then you just don't do it.
Yeah.
It's not, you know,
You're not gonna
it's
die,
nothing
but you just don't do
personal,
it.
It's nothing. You just don't. But if you do, you stick at it, and I think that's the case here. Because there's been times on the podcast where I've not done episodes for months, and I'm like,
Yeah,
why have I done this? You know what I mean? And eventually I get back to it, but if you stick to it, you're in a mind frame where you're just wanting to promote all the time and stuff.
Well, we've had a bit of a radio silence at podcasting.
We did say it was the season finale.
It was a season
So
finale.
that's fine, you can take a
and
break.
We take a wee break, and we also had we were intensively together for a week. We did about 3 episodes of a live podcast every day. Unfortunately, they're not anywhere for people to listen to.
Didn't they record it at all?
They were recorded, but I'm not sure we can publish them.
Right.
But never hear them. They were very good, but we did 3 live episodes broadcast to a drama college live, sort of on the intercoms. We did
really
three a day for a week, so that's quite intense. We're taking a break after that,
Yeah, it'd be podcasted.
and I'm happy to be back on stretching my podcasting limbs.
branching out to other ones.
Yeah, and every time I come here, I do think about starting another one.
Is it just me? Did I just give you? Did I get your creative juices flowing?
Yeah.
I like to. I like
You
to think
do.
I do that. Also, I like to try and make these relationships with other people. I've done that quite a lot recently, and I've been quite
Creative
happy with that. Other
relationships.
podcasts and other bands who I'm sure people will be listening to on this episode and stuff like that. So it's cool. It's really cool.
I mean, of course, you always know you've got a sister podcast down in London who will always promote you.
Yeah, well, that's nice, and I hope one day when I do come down to visit, which is going to be a matter of weeks, hopefully.
Well, you're coming,
Oh, that's to Perth. I'm
To
sorry.
Perth?
Yeah.
and we'll
I'll
do.
come to London as well.
Oh yes, you should. You always say this every year.
Listen, I'd love to,
I know.
but when it gets down to it, it's like what you're saying about starting a vlog. You'd love to, but when it
a good
comes down
idea.
to do it, you go, I don't know if I could do it.
Yeah, I know. But you should come to Perth.
I know. I'll definitely come to Perth. I don't know about London. When I get some money, I'll come to London.
Cheap tickets, train tickets to Perth,
Yeah.
and I'm creating a little outhouse where
Studio.
we can do a podcasting episode and maybe do a good bit.
Yeah, of course we will. We'll do both.
Do both.
It'll be good fun. But there we go. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, this has been a podcast about podcasts.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it, isn't it? We can just chat.
This is the other thing. To continue on the subject of podcasts, and we've spoken about this before. Like, I don't know. I'm finding it hard to know what people want because A, no one texts in. B, views are. They listens. They happen. Sometimes they don't. I don't know. I would personally. I felt like I would want a rigid structure that you know what you're going to get every time, and like, oh, this is the corner bit of the podcast.
Yes.
But then I started listening to a few, and some episodes they just call them rabbit hole because they go down a rabbit hole of conversation.
Yes.
They do a really long intro, and then they say, right, let's open up an envelope, and the subject is your first day at school. They just do a rabbit hole for an hour,
a
and
good
I
idea.
love it.
Yeah.
But there's no structure at all.
Yeah. I think
that's what podcasts are for.
what I was saying a minute ago, when I was trying to promote the show and create these relationships and stuff, I've had to kind of not sell the show, but kind of do a little introduction for new listeners.
Yeah.
What's your show about or whatever. And I always tend to say it's quite loose and quite fun and silly, and it's just actors who are trying to figure everything out,
Yeah.
trying to act as if they know what they're talking about, and I think it comes off quite funny. Because that kind of is the structure. The structure, there's no structure. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
structure is we'll talk about this movie here, and then we might do if
We'll talk
Ewan's
about
on,
other
we'll do the
things.
misery corner.
Yeah.
If we've got questions, we'll answer them. We'll play it by ear. And I think we have to get this sort of audience base where no matter what episode goes up,
They know what they're...
it'll definitely not necessarily know it again, but they'll
Yeah.
definitely listen. If we say we're going to talk about different flavours of milk for an hour, people know it's us, so they'll download it. I want to get to that stage. You know what I
That's
mean?
exactly what we're trying to do as well.
That's
Because you don't care what they talk about because it's the people.
it's the people. Yeah, that's my goal anyway.
Yeah,
I'm not obviously making money and stuff would be great, but in terms of
Yeah.
entertainment purposes, I just want them
'Cause
to go. It's a new good bit. Chris and Aaron will
If
be
it was-
there.
if it-
Ewan's on, great.
If it was two
Yeah.
uninteresting people and it was like a rabbit hole episode, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously you're not going to listen to it. You don't want to listen to two people rabbit on about. Probably this is what's happening now. But do you know what I mean?
This is like a production meeting.
Yes. Well, you've had a fly in the wall.
Yeah.
An ear on the wall.
I do like that
A
idea
blind
though.
fly on the
If
wall.
we just get someone, a complete stranger, let's just let Aaron blow his nose.
Sorry. Hay fever, bad season.
No, I know it's been horrible this year.
And a complete stranger.
We get a complete stranger to write down lots of topics. And
Yeah.
we'll just pick one. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Just pick it. Oh, it's about theme parks this week.
Yeah, we should
just-
do that, shouldn't we? That's
It's
good.
a great idea.
Yeah,
You can take that for podcasting if you want.
we'll both take it.
We'll both take it. But in terms of, I've got a list on my phone of potential episodes I want to do, and I'm finding it hard to choose who to get on.
I like that idea.
What?
I like that a lot. You've got episode ideas and you can just pick one.
And I'll go on when we do this week. Who's free? Sophie's free, and Ross is free.
Let's do this one.
They would be good on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I need to start doing that. I also want a better studios down in London.
Oh, because it's top quality here.
It is. It is. There's a couch.
We have a couch. We do have a couch.
And there's an endless supply of movies.
Yeah.
There's a nice chair.
It's new.
It's been filmed.
It's been.
There's a carpet.
We're here. This is Good Bit Studios. We're here.
Dude, I've shown you the picture of podcast. It's a bit... Oh.
But that's kind of we did that very early episode of the Good Bit in your halls, and that was quite cosy and fun.
Oh, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, we could have done more in there.
It was nice.
Yeah, people were just singing. Remember?
Yeah, that was a good episode.
It's only available on YouTube now. It's one of the first ever episodes of the Good Bit. I think it was episode 5. We did it from a lovely small room in Motherwell, and all you can hear is people singing outside, and Aaron was getting very annoyed. It was very funny.
Was it episode 5?
5, yeah.
Did
that's
we do
what it
top?
was.
Did we do top?
We did top favourite movies ever, and then we redone them on episode 40, which is available now. And I think episode 40 was our best episode.
Wow.
I think it was. I get that question a lot, actually. Not by listeners, but by people who cast members of the show.
So
They
what's
ask,
the best episode?
what's your favourite episode? Because I always ask them about, what did you listen to or whatever.
Yeah.
They go, who do you like on the podcast the most? What's your favourite episode? And I always say I like everybody to take them on because they're doing me a favour.
Yeah.
But in terms of episode-wise, I love that one. Episode 40, which was the top 15 movies ever. I
Jungle
love
Book's good.
Jungle Book is good, but see, that's when we were still figuring it out.
That's a classic.
I like the latest ones. But the Drunk Edition one is just so ridiculous. It was like Dire Straits. We need an episode. Let's do that
It's
one.
good though.
which I think is really funny. And I enjoyed the wrestling ones, and so it's like they're all different for their own reasons.
Your favourite is top.
Probably my favourite's top because I always use that one as like a advert.
And I like
Show me episodes that
catch up. Movies.
Yes, we did one about almost under a year ago.
I think that was the last one we did. Just me and you.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's right.
I enjoy it. Hopefully this one gets more listens.
And also, like, I'd use that sort of base. It's not the end of the world. Like, I'll
I
still
know,
do it,
it's still, it's, someone told me to do with podcasting specifically, it's quantity sometimes, not quality.
Yeah.
Obviously you want to make good stuff, but you can't muse over it or over listens and stuff too much. You just gotta keep making.
You're not going to hit them out of the park every
You gotta
time.
fake it till you make it.
That's true.
Fake it till you make it.
One piece of advice I always give people who are trying to be successful on YouTube is just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Because that happened to me. I was not very successful, but I had an audience for many years. Because I was very frequent. I stopped for 2.5 years because I was in college. Started back up, and now it's like I'm more subscribers, but it's like views are still low.
Yeah.
You need to you should keep going. And I met wrestlers. I met 2 wrestlers once recently in August. August? No, I had August yet.
June?
May. It was after my show. I met them in May. They're called the Young Bucks. There's their Funko Pops there. And their YouTube channel is like over 1 million subscribers or whatever. And I said, oh, well, my page just reached 1,000. And they're like, oh yeah, it's really hard. You just need to keep going because if you stop, you're screwed.
Really?
That was the quote they gave me.
Wow.
And I've taken that and I've gone, okay, here we go, tunnel vision.
If you stop, you're screwed.
Stop, you're screwed. So I try to upload every 2 or 3 days now. So
Good.
Yeah, it's going good. Anyway,
What's this bloody episode about?
this episode is about. I have a question for you. The question to you is what this podcast is about. And that is why? Oh, why, Aaron Dockard? Why do you still choose to spend your money, spend your day, and spend your energy attending the cinema to see a new film? When everything now is so accessible through Netflix, Amazon Prime, YouTube even. Why do you still spend your money? Now, take the fact that we've got cinema cards out of the equation, because that's the reason I go, because I've got the card.
But you've got the card in the first place.
Yeah, of course. I wanted to go see more movies, and I got the card, and that has absolutely done that for me. Because before I got the card, I would go once or twice a year.
Really?
Now I'm 3-4 times a month, right?
Yeah.
It's totally worth it. So that's kind of what I want to talk about in this episode. Why do people, us as young actors, as movie lovers, why do we still go to the cinema?
I feel like before I answer the question,
Yeah.
this is a sort of, you do wrestling things on the good bit also, but generally, let's be honest, it started as a movie podcast.
It's a lifestyle podcast.
So which stemmed from
movies, yeah.
And it is the great love of the show.
It is, yeah.
And I feel like, what episode is this? What number is this?
This will be 43.
43. It's not a great number, but this is a time to, after a couple of years,
Yeah.
it's time to take stock and go, wonder why we do what we do. Why do we go see films?
Why do we feel the need
Why
to...
do we even review them? Why do we talk about
true.
them?
And why do we think that people care about our opinions?
Yeah.
I have an answer to that.
Very narcissistic, really, what we're doing.
Oh, ridiculously.
But you just got to get over that.
That's my point. Like, so you can't go into this, for example, starting a vlog or a blog. You can't go into it thinking loads of people are going to appreciate my opinion.
Because
You need to do it because
you
want enjoy to do it. You have fun. You look forward to it.
and that's it.
That's it. And if people listen, it's a complete bonus.
Absolutely.
We were talking about rating systems and why do we take people's opinions verbatim, like IMDb scores
Yeah.
and Rotten Tomatoes and things like that. Why do we look at them for opinions on films when we have all this knowledge in our heads and all these opinions? And that's basically just because we're accustomed to do so.
We like to hear what other people think.
If we had the outlet,
do we?
I mean, we do here, but if we had the worldwide outlet like Rotten Tomatoes,
Yeah.
where thousands of people are looking at your opinion every day,
Uh-huh.
then we would do it more and more and more.
Yeah.
They do it because they know, and obviously I'm sure they enjoy it, but they also do it
Well,
because
it's a business now.
it is a business, of course.
So this
but
isn't a business.
They
this
started
is-
somewhere.
Yeah. We're talking about podcasts. Like, I enjoy podcasts, especially coming on this one. And unlike with podcasting, which is sort of my brainchild with Lawrence and Anna, I do get caught up on listens. But with this one, I don't anymore because you seem to take that whole burden. But yeah, I don't. I really don't. If this doesn't anyone, no one listens to this. I
Yeah.
don't mind because something about a microphone and talking about things, being candid here, it's really nice. and
Yeah.
you don't do it enough
We
in modern society. I don't think. I mean, we seem to have all these opinions, and we're sort of what is it, keyboard warriors
Yeah.
these days. But to speak them and have these conversations, I think is important.
Yeah.
No matter if anyone listens to them, it's healthy as us.
Totally, and I look back on my I'm not that old. I'm approaching my 21st birthday, right? I'm still a young pup in the industry, and but I look back at my childhood and I feel like I had so many more good memories with old friends, just by good nights we've had chatting
Yeah.
and whatever. Now I just feel like it's all about we have to do this, we have to be here at this time. So I started the podcast originally just because I wanted to do a podcast.
Yeah.
That's the only reason, and I've done YouTube and things like that. But and I thought it was a good idea for us to do it. But as we've gone on, I've enjoyed more and more,
Everyone getting
getting
together,
together
around
and
the
actually
microphone.
doing it. Post production's fun, hearing getting feedback is great and stuff like that. But I've decided that the main reason I do it is because it is an excuse to
Have a
sit
chat.
down with people and just chat. Because the phone goes away, the laptop is occupied.
great, yeah.
For the hour that we're recording, we're talking about a certain thing. We're talking about nothing. We're talking about a broad subject. And it's that time, that's that human connection. I
Yeah.
was talking to you about it last night. You can say you go over to catch up with a friend at a party, but if they're all drunk and whatever, you don't
there's
get
music
that,
playing,
You don't
yeah,
get
you
that
get
connection. But if you go for a meal with them, or it's just you and that person,
And do you feel like because of the podcast, you have made deep, stronger connections with loads of friends?
without sounding weird, 100% yes.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm I've got lots of good friends,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I've got. I'm not saying this because I'm amazing, but I think I've got more friends because of it.
More good friends.
You know what I mean? So, like, for example, people in my class who I was always really, pals with or whatever, but maybe never, going to be great friends with, really close
Yeah.
with. There's people, like girls and guys that I never really spoke to, that because we've been on this, we've gotten totally so close, which
Yeah.
is great. And I think that's the main reason we do the podcast. But that's not the question. Why do we go to the cinema?
Well,
Is it the same thing? Do we still think this is a day out for me and my friend to bond together? Is this an excuse to widen my knowledge of films? What about you personally?
aside from the cinema card,
Yeah.
and aside from the fact that I want to see a new film and I don't have a fancy box like you, and the only place it's playing is the cinema.
Yeah.
Although it will come out soon, so I guess that's not the reason. Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
think
if you
it's-
waited, you'd get it, but there's something about going to the cinema, in my opinion.
There is something about going to the cinema. I think it's the fact that the room is set up for you to get lost for an hour or two in another world, and I think having the Cineworld card, because you're sort of almost forced to go. Do you know what I mean? Because you're
Yep.
paying for it, and you sort of, it doesn't matter which movie you see. If you see it in the cinema, you're almost guaranteed to go to a place. You're gonna forget that you're sitting in a seat, and you're gonna forget that you dropped your scrambled egg on the floor this morning.
Yeah, and your
you know what
day's
I mean?
been horrible.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's part of it, and I also think, having seen Mamma Mia 2 yesterday in the cinema, filled with middle-aged mums with wine, God bless their soul,
Yeah.
what an audience.
What a crowd.
But I think had I watched that film on my laptop in bed on my own, or even with another person, it would not have been the same.
It would still have been good.
Still been a good time, but what a fabulous time we had in that
Yeah,
cinema.
but what-
sharing the experience with everyone.
That's true. It doesn't matter the film though. There's a connection you have with that film
Yeah.
when you're in the cinema.
Yeah.
To me, anyway.
Yeah.
And it's just a different perspective when you watch it in your living room. You watch it on the train. You watch it in your bed. All these places
They-
change the film. For
yeah,
you,
yeah.
You know. So I think you're going to end up seeing the film at some point, and it's no matter where you watch it again, it's going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
So starting with the cinema is the best way you can start. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, for example, I went to see, where did I go see it? I saw a film called Hotel Artemis the other day, and I thought it was okay. It wasn't great, but I'm still lost in this film. And I was with my friend, and he said to me, "Did you see the way that I was texting in the cinema the other day? I had my phone under my shirt, and I had my head in my shirt, and so no one could see my phone. It was quite smart." And I was like, "Yeah, it's a good idea." But I always turn my phone off.
Absolutely.
And I was thinking, maybe I shouldn't do that, because what if someone needs me? What if there's a big, a big emergency, and I'm in the cinema and I can't do anything about it? And I'm just thinking, without sounding horrible, I am there, to get lost for 2 hours, or to forget about everything else.
You need to be disconnected.
And I'm a bit more chilled now, but back a few months ago when I was stressed about college and I had shows and stuff, and you're just on all the time.
Yeah.
It's nice just because, yes, you are still out, you're doing something, you're with people. However, for that 2 hours or hour and a half, you are one with yourself, and your mind is shut off, and you're lost in this film.
And
that's why I go.
Isn't it weird, that feeling you always get when you get up and start to leave the cinema? It's like that feeling of when you just wake up, you're like,
back to reality, yeah.
Right. And it's sometimes a bit depressing.
Yeah.
Especially when you see a film like Mamma Mia, you're a bit like, oh God. And then I'm on the street, and it's like, oh.
And sometimes it can be a good thing. Sometimes you've just seen a dreadful film, and you're happy to be back to civilization.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. I also think a thing that's been important about my changing views of my cinema experience, I think I prefer to be the view slightly obstructed because someone's sitting in front and it's packed, and there's someone sitting next to me and there's maybe some people eating popcorn. I think I prefer that than it's just me and a couple more people in the cinema, because I think it also depends on the film. But
yes,
I've got great memories of being in a sure you will too, like going on Star Wars nights,
of course.
Like being in a packed cinema, everyone's there to watch something. It's like why you go to the theatre.
Yeah.
It's the same sort of thing, but something about movies, there's something special about that, everyone there to watch.
They've seen the trailers, there's an expectation.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like the theatre, but
yeah, true.
It's not live. I mean, yeah.
So what would you say then? Do you think there's more of a connection between the audience and the performers on screen than there is to performers on stage? Or do you think it's the other way around?
What do you mean?
So when you watch a live performance, do you feel more lost because it's a live performance, or does it not even click to you? Do you forget it's live? I always forget it's live. Especially good theatre anyway.
I think that I don't go to the theatre to get lost as such. I think I want to be, and I often am, especially when it's good, very definitely in the room with the actors on stage, and everyone's there and aware that it's theatre, but it is something's in the room and it's special.
Yeah.
Whereas, I'm not in the cinema like, I'm in this seat, I'm in the Cineworld. This is happening. You're in the film. It's more of a entertainment. Some people think is you should forget about your conscience. That's what it's for.
I have a question. What do you prefer, cinema or theatre? Watching it. I have a definite answer.
Yeah, well, my answer is going to be I don't go to the theatre enough, because
it's very true. I don't go either. Yeah.
And weirdly, I'm training mostly in theatre, but I do think there's something special about the movies, and I
going
think
to the pictures.
You're gonna think it's the same thing.
Yes, I don't go to the theatre enough by far, especially the line of work we're trying to get into, but also there's just something about it. Like when I go to the theatre, I just feel like there's this expectation of like you have to take it in, and yes, you have to observe this, and you have to take it seriously, even if it's funny, and you have to be on your best behaviour and stuff. And I just think the cinema is just so more relaxing.
Well, I think the cinema's more accessible.
Of course, yeah, and it's even more familiar.
I think the theatre is more of an event for me.
Right. Okay.
Like I wouldn't just be like, right, you want to go to the theatre? I'd be like, let's book this.
We're going.
Let's go to the theatre, make a night of it, and we're gonna have a little bit of wine. It's gonna be really lovely. Sorry to blow my nose again, but I think the cinema is more of a why I maybe love it more is more of a, should we just go to the cinema? Yeah. At any time you can, and there'll always be movies playing, and sometimes there'll be a packed theatre, sometimes there'll be no one there, but you can always go.
Yeah.
And it's always special.
And it totally changes no
There's
matter what happens.
Popcorn.
Yeah.
Oh, it's always it's there all the time. And especially with the Cineworld card, you can just go.
Yeah. I just think there's something special about it. Like,
So you prefer the cinema?
I prefer the cinema, and I don't particularly, I don't love going to the theatre that often. It's like it's one of those things where I just know that I'm just not gonna, like, I'm always uncomfortable and I always feel like it's a chore and it shouldn't be. But the cinema's not that at all. I'm so comfortable in the cinema. I'm so happy to be there. You know,
Yeah.
it's weird. I do enjoy the theatre, of course I do, but you know, it's one of those things where I just prefer the cinema.
I think they're different. I'm gonna say they're different experiences, because I'm lucky enough to live in London, one of the theatre
leading theatre places in the
capitals
world.
of
Yeah,
the world, and so I've seen stuff that really it does shift you.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, I'm not saying there's nothing like that in Scotland, but I think there's more of it. There's more of a selection.
100%.
But
In London, yeah.
So, and it's hard to say what I prefer, because there's been moments in the theatre that I know I've felt something that I could never feel in the cinema.
Really?
Yeah, because it's happening right there.
Well,
and
okay, do you
it's
get that?
real people, and maybe you're the front row. I mean,
Always get really nervous in the front row.
being the front row watching The Ferryman, which is it's just. So there's a moment in the Ferryman where, I'm not going to spoil anything, but so it's 3 acts, and between Act 1 and Act, or 3 sort of, I think it's 3 acts,
Segments.
three bits. I haven't read the play, I don't know if it's acts. So between the first bit and the second bit, there's an interval,
Okay.
and the second bit and the third bit is after the first interval. There's another interval, but you're not allowed to leave. It's because it's only about 5 minutes,
Right.
and something shocking happens at the end of the second bit, and everyone's like that, and then the lights come up, but the music there's like a drone music thing, and then there's an announcement saying this is a 5-minute interval, stay in your seats, and everyone is in the room crying,
Yeah.
like shocked,
Whoa.
looking about, and there's like a bell, like, and everyone's, you don't get that in cinema.
That's true.
More, yeah, like I say, in
It's
the
more
room,
real.
more real in the room. Like, you're not being transported anywhere because it's right here. That's why the theatre's different. I can't say I'm going back on my words, and I don't know if I think they're different.
They are totally different. What do you prefer as an actor?
What do you mean?
Working on screen or working on stage?
Well,
I'll give you my answer. I prefer being on stage.
y-
I prefer watching screen, but I prefer working on stage. It's weird.
well, being on stage is sort of, it's said to be where you learn the most as an
Yeah.
actor. I mean, I've probably done more stage than screen,
I certainly have anyway.
but maybe not.
In terms, well, I mean, film wise, I've done more videos than I've done plays, but I mean, in terms of making films
yeah,
and stuff.
being
you
on
know?
a set.
Yeah.
I like being on a set a lot.
Yeah, me too, totally. Yeah, it's not as if I don't like being on a set. I'm just saying, I prefer. I feel like I'm more. I can more free. I'm more free, and I'm more able to move around and use my mannerisms and things like that on stage.
I don't know, because I used to feel the same, because there's all these rules, not rules, but on set things you need to do for acting for camera that
you
you've
can't
done
move
stage
a
stuff.
certain
You
way,
sort of feel a bit.
or it messes the whole shot and stuff. Yeah.
But I was doing a scene down south at the drama school, and the acting for camera guy there is great. He's great actor's director. And we're shooting the scene, and it was me and Lawrence actually doing a scene from The Trip,
Right. Yeah, that's right. You showed me that.
and we knew the scene well. We sort of did it well off camera, and then we were doing it on camera, and you always get a bit nervous, but the way so the director's like when Fran directs, he's filming it and he's also speaking.
Yeah.
So he was doing that.
Shout out to Fran.
Shout out to Fran, who's very good at it too.
Very good at it. Yeah.
And Alex, it was just something about the room, and he was saying things that just made you relax. And I had one of the best, I'm gonna say, acting experiences of my career so far. 'Cause
Yeah.
I just felt so free. I could do we could do whatever we want. We were improving bits, like doing a different take, trying it a different way, and that was for the first time I went, oh, maybe I do prefer screen.
What about us? Or One Hit Wonder?
Think of it.
Yeah, we did the thick of it, and we just did it, and just Fran again. Shout out to Fran.
That's another moment.
Fran was filming, and he was like, "Let's just do it." And I was
That's
like,
another
"Okay,"
moment
we
where
just
it's
did it.
just like we're just doing it.
We just did it, and
I
it
would have
worked,
loved
and
to do more takes.
I know, but at the time we're like, yes, one take.
But yeah, but when I watch it back, I'm like, Aaron, you're so tense, and I was because I was nervous,
Yeah, of course.
dead nervous. But that's not that. It was a very freeing experience having him.
That was
follow
a
us.
bit of an awakening as well. It was like, there's so much we could do here.
Yeah,
You know.
we can do what we want.
Yeah.
But that's not always the case. I don't know what I prefer.
Okay, well, let's move back to the original question. That's why we go to the cinema. Why do you think, because there is different types of people who go to see films. Believe it or not, there's people like us who go because it's a hobby. We have to observe these things and learn new things about the cinema and learn about the film and stuff. See, or we admire these people, like favourite directors, favourite writers, favourite actors, and we go and see them. However, you'll get people I used to be like this as well, who only go a few times a year to see your big blockbusters, to see the sequels. You know what I mean? Why do they still go when they are clearly not that fussed? When they can easily get Black Panther on DVD, a few months later and they're fine. They don't have to see Black Panther as soon as it comes out. But why do they go see Black Panther?
Well, I think people are searching for authenticity.
Oh my god.
I'm getting deep. I'm not being very funny this episode. I probably shouldn't end that.
That's right, you're hungover.
Maybe I'll do it in Michael Caine. I think people go to cinema because they need authenticity. I'll tell you one thing. They want things to be authentic.
I would never bury another
I would never bury another Batman again. They want things. Okay. I want anyway, to feel like I'm having an authentic experience.
With the film.
No, in general, in life. And I think going to the cinema, especially if you go to an independent cinema, but really any cinema, feels like an authentic, like I'm going to the cinema, you've got the popcorn,
Yep.
and I'm watching a movie, and I'm doing it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. We're here, it's happening.
It's happening. It's also one of the, like, if you think of, I think it's the top most popular cultural activity that people do in the UK.
Really?
Yeah, it's like...
Because some would say
cinema.
it's a dying thing.
Would they?
Because of Netflix and the accessibility
But
of everything.
is it dying statistically?
I don't know.
Should we find out?
Yeah, sure, we've got an iPad, let's figure it out. We had IMDb, but we've not needed it. We also have questions in the mailbag that we're going to get to eventually, but we're just shooting the breeze, which is what a podcast is all about, and you would know that if you listen to the first 20 minutes of the show.
Are we falling out of love with the cinema?
Oh, that sounds good.
BBC
I'm
News.
not, by the way. This is an article on
This is
BBC.
2017. If you felt like there was nothing on at the cinema over summer, you were not alone. To be fair, apart from Mamma Mia 2 right now, like...
Right now, you're right, but there was stuff on the summer.
What?
Quite a few things.
What?
I've got the phone, I can't.
Right, well, because I went to the cinema. I mean, I'm talking about how much I love to go to the cinema. Like, yesterday when I went to the cinema, it's the first time I went to the cinema since...
For ages, anyway.
For ages, because it's been nice hot weather.
Yeah, and it's been busy. You've been busy. You've been doing shows and
And,
stuff.
well, yeah. I think it's weird that we have the summer blockbusters. Because I think that the summer is the time where you don't want to go to the cinema. Because it's nice weather.
Funny, yeah.
Especially in this country.
I suppose people go.
I went to the cinema almost every week in winter. That's when I bought the cinema card. I was like, I've got to, because it was Oscar season.
Yeah,
That's when films get good,
yeah,
in my opinion.
yeah. I do like the summer blockbuster though.
Well, that yesterday was yeah.
Yeah.
But is there ever going to be a film like that? Blaming a continuing trend for making sequels, along with the rise in popularity of streaming services.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well,
That's what I think as well. People go and see films. People still visit the cinema because it's something to. You know, The Incredibles 2.
they
Mamma
know
Mia 2.
they know what they're going to get.
Yeah,
really.
yeah. Are they going to go and see A Quiet Place? Are they going to go and see On Chesil Beach? There's just like, and I don't know if those films did as well as these sequels will do. You know,
Well, no.
and that's not a bad thing because obviously the sequels are great, but you know sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're just look at the Pitch Perfect films. They get worse and worse. Or the Mission Impossible films, the Fast and Furious films. When we're on number 8 now, on number 9, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but people still will go and see them. You know, what have we searched?
What does grossing mean? Highest grossing film.
Like most made the most money, most shown the most times, seen the most times.
Gone with the Wind. 1939.
Avatar is the highest, is it not?
Avatar is the second highest.
What's the highest?
Gone with the Wind.
Really?
This says is the adjusted for inflation. So maybe in, like, obviously, maybe it didn't make the most money because of the time, but had it...
As it goes on.
Star Wars is 4. Titanic, 3.
Yeah.
I can't get any more.
But that's fine. That's kind of all we kind of wanted to discuss. But that was interesting. I want to know what you thought about that sort of thing, because I always ask myself, why am I here? And then
Because you have to in life.
And then I quickly realised I know exactly why I'm here. I'm here for a good time. I'm here to see this film. I'm here to, relax and get lost in the film. And I know it sounds quite wanky, doesn't it? I'm going to get lost in this film. I'm going to get lost in the cinema. But it's so true.
You do.
You're having an issue, you're having a bad day, you go to the cinema. Mm-hmm. You're free and enjoying a film for 2 hours. And that is quite depressing after those 2 hours are over. But still, you've relaxed for 2 hours. You can go for a sleep if you want.
And they inspire you. Some films, if they're
Mm-hmm.
like about a certain thing that you want to get involved with, and then like Birdman acting.
Another one, yeah.
I think we've thoroughly delved.
Let's do
into
the
that.
questions. We've got a few questions in the mailbag if you want to. I don't know how you're going to be able to come up with these answers. I don't know if they're going to be easy or hard, because they're quite good questions this
All
time.
right, go on.
Yeah, so this is time, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for another edition of the Good Bit Mailbag.
Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, and his black and white cat.
Okay, so here we go. We've got 4 questions this time, and they're quite interesting ones. The first one is from Charles, and it's quite, it's quite random. But if you didn't have to sleep, what would you do with all the spare time?
Wow.
Now, my question to you is, linking into this episode, is would you watch more movies?
Yeah. I take it in this society where you don't need to sleep. As in, humans don't need to sleep.
Yeah.
So no one sleeps because you just don't need to. I suppose if you didn't need
If
to,
you
wouldn't.
didn't need to, you wouldn't. I mean, people enjoy sleeping. I think you'd still sleep.
Because people enjoy sleeping because they need to.
True.
Don't you? Aren't you always sometimes like?
I want to go for sleep when you're not even tired.
No, but
That never
you're
happens.
tired, but you're like, oh, I wish I could keep going.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's true.
well, so let's say it's today's world,
yeah.
and it's 9 till 5 most of the working days. So that is a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm.
I wish maybe someday they'll like figure out a way where
You don't need to sleep.
yeah.
Mm.
What would I do?
I'd probably would go see some more films, but I'd also try and do more things that would help me and would help the world. Like I'd try and
Oh, why don't we make it like
exercise more.
so? Let's say us two right now in this world are just granted the ability not to be able to sleep, but everyone else is sleeping.
What are we gonna do?
What are we gonna do? Oh, I see. That's good. Okay.
What would you do? I don't know. I didn't think about this.
I mean, I would watch films probably this first few weeks.
Yeah.
Then I will have watched
Loads.
and then I'd probably do lots of shopping at the 24-hour Tesco, because that's really cool when you go in there at 3 in the morning. You've done that?
Yeah.
Creepy,
Loads
but
of times.
cool. I'll do that.
Loads of times. I got back from holiday one time at 4 in the morning and did my shopping.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's very eerie.
Weird.
I'd do that a couple of times. I would.
God, calm down. I don't know. I'd use the time everyone's sleeping to do other things.
I would use the time of sleep to teach myself things. I would learn
go to the gym.
I would learn French.
Would you? French?
I would learn French.
I would have said Spanish.
Why?
They should do not use Spanish in more countries.
Probably, but I want to
Fair enough.
learn French.
Yeah, I'd like
I'm still currently trying to learn French in my waking hours.
J de Coupla. Yeah.
Wait.
Well, what?
What?
Hello, Nicole.
Hello, Nicole.
Yes.
What would you say?
I would go to the gym at ungodly hours, because I don't like meeting people at the gym, because then it's like I'm here for a reason. I'm here
But
to
are
talk
they-
to you.
Are they open?
Yeah, my gym's 24 hours.
I would do loads of stuff in the early hours of the morning, like 5, 6 o'clock when the sun is rising, because
Yeah.
I love that time of the day.
And
Even though I'm never up for it.
I'd also go and visit my friends, because I don't do it because I make these excuses.
But they'll be asleep.
I'm too tired. No, but I mean, just during the day, I'd make more time for it.
'Cause you wouldn't be tired.
And also because stuff that I would have to do during the day, I could do all the time. So I'd have the time. I'd make more time to see people.
This is a good thing.
That's a full
I was,
episode.
you know, I was saying to Jack Hogg the other day, because we went to play tennis.
Shout out to Jack Hogg.
Shout out to Jack Hogg. And then we were too thirsty and we ran out of water and we were hungry and we were getting tired. And then the sun was beating down us. We needed sun cream and then we needed a pee. And we were like, isn't how annoying is it that we just want to play tennis,
just can't
but
play
our
tennis.
body is demanding all these things because it needs them, apparently. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
I need food, by the way. Oh, I forgot about that. I
Yeah.
need sun cream, by the way. I can't deal with the sun.
Yeah, you can't go outside.
I
unless
need a
you
pee, by the way. You need to get rid of these liquids.
Yeah.
I need to drink liquids, by the way. So demanding.
Yeah. What,
It
your
needs
body?
so many things, and I just want to play tennis.
Yeah.
So I'd say
I just want to watch things throughout the night, but I can't because I need sleep.
I need sleep.
Yeah.
Well, that's a
Good question.
great question. It's my name. It's Aron, by the way.
No, but it's numbers.
Yeah.
Oh,
at
I see.
Look at the things.
That's weird. R-O-N.
Wonderful.
Very good.
Good question. Who's that?
That was from Charles.
Good question, Charles.
Another good one. This one's going to get your socks knocked off because they're about to be. If you could have dinner or drinks with any 3 celebrities, dead or alive, who would they be? You're throwing a party. You're throwing a dinner party to your house. It's you, producer Anna, and 3 celebrities from all time, dead or alive, just to have one night, 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours dinner time, and a drink afterwards. Who you got? Who you
Wow.
inviting?
The list is probably endless. I just need
Of
to hand
course
pick
it
a
is.
few.
Ridiculously,
Isn't
endless.
that it? The dead or alive thing really throws a spanner in the works. I mean, I could do obvious ones like I'm pretty sure some people say Jesus
Yeah,
because they like to know what that's all about.
but don't be daft.
I'm not going to say that because I'm not bothered. he can be he's fine.
I'm sure he's busy.
Yeah. Have you got one?
I'm thinking right now.
Oh. I'm finding this hard because I don't want. Let's just not think about it.
I got it.
You got it.
Yeah.
Go on.
Rowan Atkinson,
Yeah. He'd be the life of the party.
Dwayne Johnson,
Wow.
because that's wrestling and movies,
Both alive.
and Lily James.
Lily James. Would you?
I don't know, Lily James. If it depends how I was feeling. I
Um,
mean, I'd definitely consider it. Yeah, my God. But
Yeah,
I
she'd be
mean, she would be really fun, and I mean, just gorgeous. But I mean, I'd happily speak to George Lucas or whoever.
George Lucas.
Yeah.
What?
What were you
I
on
would
about?
definitely not invite him. To
Really?
dinner. He's a boring man.
Oh, I suppose. But I just
I'm
wanted
sorry.
I
He's
just
a-
wanted to see where his head was
he's
at.
a genius, but God, he is.
Oh, hang on a
not
minute.
someone you'd invite to dinner.
Spielberg, more than George Lucas.
Yeah, yeah,
Spielberg
yeah,
would be
yeah.
great because I was a documentary I have recorded if you want to watch it.
But Spielberg.
Yeah, it's about 3 years long, but it's so good, so in depth. I suppose I wouldn't need to have watched the documentary. Definitely The Rock, definitely Rowan Atkinson. It's my favourite actor and one of my favourite wrestlers. And I feel like I should utilise the dead thing.
Yep.
My first thought was Michael Jackson.
My first thought was John Lennon.
Really, well, I've just got so many questions. And then also Freddie Mercury's another one.
I thought. No, I didn't. George Harrison.
Really?
He's one of the Beatles who
Yeah, yeah.
really interests me. Maybe I'd ask him.
But are we just saying that because they're ridiculously famous, or would we really be interested in talking to them?
No, I've watched the 3-hour documentary on George Harrison, and I'm still intrigued. George Harrison, you should. It's directed by Martin Scorsese. It's a really good documentary.
There's one, Scorsese.
I'm not. Okay, I think I'm going to say George Harrison, genuinely, because he had a whole philosophy on life that I think he came to a place, a good place. I'm going to say Josh Tillman, who is Father John Misty, who is an artist who I'm really liking at the moment, and he just fascinates me. And I'm going to say I mean, Meryl Streep.
Yeah, it'd have to be. It would have to be. I was thinking Lemmy from Motorhead,
Wow.
But
Or Stevie Nicks.
I just listened.
No,
to
Meryl Streep.
I just listened to a podcast where Lemmy was the guest, and although just endless amount of stories, not really that upbeat and fun.
Oh, really?
You know what I mean? I think I'd need that. The Rock and Atkinson would be brilliant.
Yeah. Or Margot Robbie.
I mean, yeah,
She would be
you're going to see her soon.
A
though.
big... Well, probably not. But who knows?
I'd invite producer Anna.
She is there.
Yeah. Oh, she is. Well,
She's
not
at my dinner.
not at my dinner party.
Oh, well.
I'm just alone.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You have a sister, Rachel.
I'll
She'll be
invite
there.
Rachel. Yeah. I wonder what she would pick. Shawn Mendes probably.
Shawn Mendes,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, she's a fan.
Fair.
Yeah. So there you go. That's a really tough one. Really good question though. That's another. These are full episodes.
Yeah, I could
Aren't
talk
they?
for hours about this.
Hang on until I work out your code again.
You just have to let it go, don't you?
Yeah, just do. Next question. We'll stay on the topic of, we were talking about music there, musical artists. If you could only listen to one band for the rest of your life, who's it going to be? That's from Kimberly.
Well, instantly shot to my head was ABBA.
Yeah, just
considering
I mean,
what's
we're
just
going
been
for a
happening in
phase,
the last
aren't we?
24 hours.
One
And
band the rest of your life.
And it is true they have endless hits, but would that get saturating? Because
I don't know.
I don't know. ABBA.
I think
It's not even my favourite band,
I
but
was
they
gonna
have
say, I think
such a back catalogue.
the question here is, what is your favourite band of all time, essentially?
No, it's not.
No?
Because Fleetwood Mac is, but
Wait, you wouldn't listen to them for the rest of your life if you had to?
exclusively that?
I don't know.
Ah.
Yeah, true. I also don't have an answer. 'Cause I love so many bands.
Right now I'm saying ABBA, and I'm sticking with it.
Great question as well. Last one, nice and personal. What are some hidden hobbies or secret joys you have never spoke about publicly? And that's from Josh.
Oh, Josh.
Oh, Josh. Hidden hobbies or secret joys? Now, this is a YouTube question, especially for a YouTuber that has lots of subscribers.
No one gives a shit about
You know
us.
what I mean?
That I'm a secret joy.
Forget about the hobbies you do often, because I mean, why would you not speak about them?
Yeah.
Secret joys that you never openly say all the time. I love doing this.
I cleaned my shed the other day. No, this sort of summer house thing. I cleaned it.
Secret joys and
was
special hobbies.
I tell you what, I'll say I've never spoken this publicly because it was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
But, I got to a really content place cleaning that place because it's just simple wood everywhere. I was mopping it, sweeping it, dusting it.
That was just great.
It was great, and something about purely cleaning such a space after you've taken everything out of it.
Yeah.
That's and I'd just read a book called How to Clean Like a Monk.
Oh, really?
And how to be
you were a
mindful.
kick.
How to be mindful, and how cleaning is a mindful experience, and how it's very important. And this book says you should clean every day because it's so good for you. I don't clean every day, but I did.
I'll tell you something. I'm going to start.
No. Well, it was a great time.
Good.
To have I was outside, away from the house, in the garden.
Yeah.
And then it started raining, and that even made it nicer.
Nice.
There you go. Secret joy.
There you go.
Cleaning
That's
a
it.
shed. I liked it a lot.
Well, there you go, ladies and gents. There's maybe the most random episode we've ever done, but I kind of like it.
Well, you didn't give your secret joy. Exercising doesn't count.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
secret joy.
cleaning a thing doesn't really count.
Yeah,
either.
secret. I mean, I enjoy when I'm tired or whatever. I'll listen to weird music and stuff, and it helps me go to sleep. I listen to podcasts almost exclusively in bed. That may be a weird one. Just because it helps me sleep, and I can doze off listening to one.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people do that.
I don't.
No.
I like.
You drive though, don't you? You can listen to the car.
Yeah, I like listening to it. I like listening to. No. I like Rhett and Link. I like Good Mythical Morning. That might be a secret joy. I really like that.
YouTubers
and that's
and
not
stuff.
particularly
Yeah.
cool, but I like watching them.
I like watching my friends on YouTube as well. I make it I almost treat it like a show, which might be quite interesting.
What do you mean?
Like if one of my friends or one of my favourite YouTubers have got a new video, then I'll make sure to catch it.
Yeah.
That's
That's a secret joy for you? YouTube?
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's not really secret though.
Yeah. It's all
3
sort
times a
of
week
all
I
I do.
publicise it, yeah. But that's a tough one. Maybe we think about that and come back.
Nah.
Or maybe we should. Oh, here's a challenge. Why don't you start something new
What?
and don't tell anybody about it until we do the podcast next? And this has been my new secret hobby.
Well, that's what I was sort of going to do with like a tennis blog. I was going to start.
You don't want to keep it secret though. You want to promote it so people read it.
Yeah, but promote it with not within my people. So
Yeah, true.
But-
Weird. Could you be bothered to sit and type it all though?
yeah,
I'd see that was my thing. I've
I
never been a
quite like-
typer. I like just talking
I
about it.
quite like writing stuff.
Yeah,
down.
true.
I don't do it enough.
It's good for you. It's really good for you.
You know what? A secret joy for me. I've told you this, but I've not spoken about it publicly.
That's the question.
I really like watching YouTube lifestyle vlogs. People are like, this is my morning routine, and this is where I sit down and drink my. I don't know. I like it. I get lost in it. I like watching
Nice.
it, and people speak about it all the time. Oh, it's such rubbish. All these vloggers, they just talk about their day. I like it.
I have one.
Oh, go on,
A secret joy
Go on.
that's just hit me.
go on.
And this is going to sound like I'm totally making this up to make myself look good.
Go on.
But it's totally true. I like seeing my friends. How do I word this?
Naked.
I don't want to say I like seeing my friends happy because that's obvious. However, we'll do a situation. I'm playing FIFA with a friend.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I let them win, but I enjoy when they win. Because I don't like when I beat someone at a game, I feel bad that I've beat them in the game.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm never one of those guys like, yeah, nailed it, and like,
Oh, I am.
you know, take that, I beat you. Never. I'm always like, sorry. I always apologise for
really?
it. Yeah, all the time. And then FIFA's a good one because I'm not very good at FIFA. And if I win at FIFA, it's like, he's always had a really bad day there.
Yeah.
And I feel bad. I can't believe I just beat you at FIFA. That must be really embarrassing for you. So I like them having that satisfaction.
That is a secret joy.
Yeah, I suppose it is. And like, for example, even the podcast.
Have you ever even spoke about that with anyone?
I don't know. I don't think so. Probably to my mum and dad and stuff. You know, I don't like letting that come about.
Well, you have now.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
So
that's a good one.
that's a good one. And we do the podcast, whatever.
It's a weird one.
I like. Not that I'm doing you a favour, but I like the fact that people are like, "Oh my god, I'm on the podcast now. This is great." I like seeing them enjoy it. I like
Yeah,
it, and I like hearing people say they enjoyed the podcast. And if you did so, let us know on Twitter @TheGoodBitPod or me personally @CM42TV. I'm also CM42TV on YouTube. Lots of content weekly, different videos, new videos, old videos, and a flashback series. Check it out if you can with Good Bit exclusives. You can follow Aaron on Twitter where?
I think it's Aaron _ Dockard.
And also podcasting. Where can we find podcasting?
You can find it at casting_pod on Twitter and on Instagram. It's the same thing.
And all the information is going to be on there.
And just go there. You'll find it on Podomatic. The links are in the bios and in
Nice.
our posts.
Cool. And thank you to all of our lovely listeners and all the people who help make this show possible. Until next time, folks, thank you very much for listening. I've been the face that runs the place, Chris Moffat, and this is Aaron Dockard from Podcasting.
Nice to be here. Stick it on when you're in the bath.